Hello and welcome back to Factorio Fixit. My name's Native Root and let's get cracking. Today we're playing a factory by Bez and it's 5 hours 20 minutes in, so let's go and have a look. Now Bez sent me an email. I remember this one because he said he'd been playing around with the central bus idea and he changed things up a little bit. So, you know, I naturally said, look, I'm keen to see what you've done, and yeah, that's pretty cool actually, all things considered. Now, yeah, okay, so that's okay. Just checking some stuff there. Now, what we need to do is, I just want to have a quick look through the factory and see what's happening with everything. Tons and tons of science labs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 running. 13 running. Okay, so theoretically we could actually increase production there. But yeah, let's have a look and see how everything is going. It looks like it's a bit of a it's very well organised. Like, that's the first thing that strikes me. Very well organised, well thought out, and that's impressive. So we've got the bus heading left to right, and then we've got everything being built to the north. Now each area has tons of room, so that you know, there's plenty of space for things to be organised and sorted out, and everything to have enough space to expand as well. You'll notice that the water's been turned down on this map, so there's plenty of land up here to build into, which is nice. Now, here's the thing, right? There's a couple of minor things that I would change, and this is personal preference. So let's get through them, let's cover them, and let's start working away. Now, first things first, we need a rebalancer here to rebalance these bad boys, because eventually we're going to end up with a situation where we need them on both sides of the line, and we're having not really issues per se. There's not really any issues in the factory. We just need more. More of all the things is the way to describe it. Now this freaking end tile is screwed up. I think that's something to do with the update between the versions. I'm on 11.10 and it's less buggy than 11.8 and 11.9, but it's still got issues with the end tile. So you're thinking about updating, I'd hang on just for another moment. Don't get too excited yet, as it still needs work. Now we need another rebalancer here. Okay, so that's an all-in-one rebalancer. It's going to put half on one side and half on the other, and that's going to fill up our belts nicely. You notice that this is using lots and lots of resources, which is fine. You know, that's okay. Now this adjustable buffer storage is a good idea, I think. Very, very nice idea. The fact that it's restricted to one stack per chest is fine. You know, you could up that later if you wanted. This here, I'm not sure about having 4 of them. I think that's a symmetry aesthetics thing, because really, you use more than 100 or 200 of these in a base, you're really, you use a lot of underground belts, let's put it like that. Now, we run into the next issue. That's with copper cables on belts, and everyone knows it's a pet hate of mine, and you're just not going to punch enough through to make a difference with the green circuits. That's all it comes down to. Now I just want to try something here. Oh yes, it reaches. So this is wonderful. We can change this to here like this, right? Because this allows us to rebalance this, because we're going to need tons of stuff on this line. So that's going to do its thing. Now here we really need fast inserters in as many places as we can, because otherwise it's not going to keep up. We need more iron. Give me iron. Now I don't think 2 are strictly necessary there. Okay. So all of these need all the things, and I would actually restrict these to something like that. Okay, so there we go. Now you notice that we're not actually getting enough on the belt to compress it. Sorry, the belt's not moving fast enough for us to put extras on. So what we'll do is we'll just leave that as is. That's going to buffer up a lot, and that's going to help matters substantially. So now what we'll do is we'll put a rebalancer in here. Now this kind of rebalancer only works in this situation. So just be careful where you want to use that and ensure you're using it in the right spot, otherwise you'll run into trouble. Now some more inserter production might be a handy thing. Now it's being run down here, which is okay, fair enough, but you got to remember that there's not too much that needs yellow inserters. You only need blue and red and green max out of them, as well as green science. So as long as you got all of that, you're home and hosed. Now for something else, we can reduce the number of belts required here substantially. So that's what we're going to do. Job done. We're just going to halve the number of inserters that we need, and it's also going to halve the number of belts that we need for our science setup. So all of this through here is not required, and generally I find that you've got more than enough throughput on half a belt for a science setup, even a long one like this. The other option, now that I'm deleting all of this, is to double up these belts, but we don't have the production capacity, I don't think, to double them up. So we'll just continue deleting all these. Oh, whoops. We just need to make sure it's red and green on the end. Perfect. Okay, pick all of these up, and Bob's our uncle, Frida's our aunt. There we go. So the reason I do that is we're using less resources now. Now, so this is nice. Yep, so you can see that we're getting lots and lots of resources through now, so that's very good. Now the next thing we're going to need is tons and tons and tons and tons of these. So again, I want to set the limits to not much at all, or a lot, depending on whether you're a glass half empty or a glass half full kind of person. And that's going to buffer up over time. Now the next thing we need to do is add in more. When I say more, I mean more. So we'll do that now. And considering this is the design, this is what we're going to run with. So we're going to go boom, 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 and boom. And we'll come here and go bada bing, bada boom. And come out with yellow inserters. I'm going to see quite quickly what an issue cables on belts causes. So we'll copy and paste. Now remember that shift or right click, shift left click. And I've been getting that backwards for some reason recently. Never mind, getting it right now. So there, and pick that up and put that down. There. Light. Let us run belt. It's like laying pipe, but different. Okie dokie. So we've got these things working now, and that's all hunky-dory. I'm just going to go down here and offload some materials very quickly. Alright. Now this here is not ideal, to say the least. You can see that there's some pretty big slowdown happening here. So what we need to do is we just need to put in a compressionless corner. Sorry, a lossless corner is the words I'm looking for there. There we go, much better. See that? We've gone from that to that. And now we just need to fix that in there, but that's easy. Easy stuff. Okay, easy. So I would actually suggest the same thing here as well. Because you lose, you can see how much you lose around a corner, it's just huge. So you want to minimize those. Oh, look at this. Like, look at how much is being lost in the corners. Okay, so that's probably, it would have to be max compression, or pretty much max compression. And we're just losing so much there. What I need to do, right? So I'll just go grab some gear wheels. Bingo. Okay, now there's a reason I'm going to be doing this. Normally I don't upgrade my belts for ages, but the reason I'm doing this is you can see how it's pausing a little bit until it finds the thing. What we're going to do here is just add a faster belt, because then that allows the what's-its-face, the inserter, to find a gap easier. Okay, same number of things, a little bit better compression. That is the result. So happy days. Now something else to remember, these won't run quite as fast. Oh, why is this thing uneven? Why is that? Okay. So what I'm going to do here is something a little bit gamey. Now theoretically, if my numbers are on the game, this should result in a lossless combiner. Well, not combiner, but rebalancer. Rebalancer is the word I'm looking for. Pretty close to it, and that's what I made these two for. Now you can see the special splitter behavior here. It's pretty much all coming through this side, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I just want to make sure everything's moving as fast as it needs to in here. Okay. Well, this is some pretty advanced routing I'm doing. Yep, that looks lossless, and you can see here it's just huge what you lose. So we need to do something similar. So what we can do, right, is well, that's not going to work, and for a very good reason. It's because I am a dodo. So here we go. So again, lossless corner, 4, and now we'll just jump this thing over. Oops, missed, substantially missed. Okay, it looks ugly, I know, but compression, bada bing, bada boom. And if you're going to build something hardcore, you need to build it hardcore. It sounds like a Jack Black song, really, because you're not hardcore unless you live hardcore. Something about the rent being way past due. Okay, so this is that. Okay, that's fine. But what is the issue? Why is it not updating? Is it that one? Okay, off we go again. Funny stuff. Alright, so you can see here we're starting to get some numbers behind us, but we're just not getting it anywhere near fast enough. And you know, it's the buffer design is partly to blame, because we can only load one side of the belt using it this way. So we need to load both sides of the belt if we were to yep, okay. Now we're going to need a full up rebalancer here, so otherwise this isn't going to work. And this is all just how do you say it? Biding time. It's not going to solve the problem for us. It's just going to put it off until later. And at some point, future me will have to deal with the fact that you're never ever ever going to get enough copper cables onto a belt to actually get, and to actually feed what you need to feed. And it seems that no matter what I say, people still try it, which I suppose in the early game you're conditioned to try this kind of approach, but it just doesn't work. Again, you see, we're losing probably 1 or 2 items per second here, so we can get compression out of this because this is more than enough to feed all of that. But to get compression here, what are we going to need to do? Probably another lossless corner. You can see now that we're feeding it. See, little changes, but this is just delaying the inevitable. Okay, now we'll go to full compression. You can see that we're moving it at probably 16 items per second there, which is the full yellow belt if I remember my numbers. Now that means that we can probably add another 1 or 2 green circuit makers to the line, and that would be it. That would be the absolute maximum that we could add. But all in all, a very, very nice little factory, well thought out. It just needs a bit more oomph behind the belt engineering. But that comes with time and practice. You can see that what I'm doing is lots and lots of splitters, lots and lots of belts, pretty resource intensive. But the results are pretty undeniable. This is running flat out now. So let's stress test this and see how far we can take it. Now I need some more gear wheels. Having gear wheels in a box is actually surprisingly helpful, I must say. Ooh, we need green circuits. Having this stuff in a box is rocking. We need an assembly machine 1. Okay, we need more iron plate. Come up here and grab this. So, we'll take bets. How many do you think I can get onto the line before it completely collapses? Oh, here we are. So what we'll do is we'll just go 1, 2, 3. Oh. Die, rock, die. Oh. That's so bad. Okay, so there's another 7. I don't reckon we'll get that far. Let's see what happens. Now let this fill up. So then I can turn them on 1 by 1, or 3 by 3, or 2 by 2. Probably be 2 by 2. I'm thinking. There we go. We need more yellow inserters, so let's go get some. Let's get some yellow inserters. So we're going to need outputs. Whoops. Never mind that damaged one. That was just me getting a little bit hyperactive with the trigger. Okay. It's happy days. Shift right click, shift left click to copy and paste. Oh, everyone's happy. Happy campers today. Oh, whoops. Shift 3. 5. Go, and this will be the last test that we do. So let's throw. Oh, I'm missing something fairly important here. That's the output line. Okay, so we're still good with it. Ooh, how have I actually designed something, or built something that's going to work? See that that line's flowing pretty well constantly. Question is, do we have the production capacity? I'll just turn them all on and see what happens, because you know, fun and stuff. Now where's a repair pack? So I know there's going to be comments. Okay. See, this line actually is going to approach saturation pretty quickly. That'd be cool if we could manage that. You can see that we're starting to get pretty skinny on through here. Yep, you can see here, this is where the problems start. I think this is probably where it's going to stop. You can see, despite our best efforts, well, actually, hold on a minute, we've run out buffer storage here. I'm going to extend this video and keep playing, because I'm interested to see what is going to happen here. I keep saying that copper cable on a belt is no good. I'm interested to see what we could actually run. I think this is a good candidate to do it, because it's a freaking nice factory. Like the basics are there, and we've got the materials, throughput to do it. So we'll just get a handful of these. Now I'm thinking that one fast inserter is probably fast enough. So we'll go here, 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 right? And then what we'll do, can we do it? Can we do it in this limited space? I want to flip it to the other side, if I can. Oh, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. I know how to do it. Okay. There we go. That's one way it'll work. It's kind of going to hamstring that, but whatever. Okay, we're nearly good to go. Off we go to the races. No, yeah. Game on. Unfortunately, we're not quite reaching compression here. Which is a bugger. Let me try something. Right. Now, yes, this is a rebalancer, but because I'm flicking it to one side, I'm trying to get full compression on the inside track, which we are. Excellent. So now we can work on full compression in front of the assemblers, which we're getting. So you can see that right here, this line is at full compression. So that is to say, well, there's a few gaps. Anyway, moving right along, we can see that our circuit making factory stops here. So we'll just get that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, and you might stretch it to 10 or 11 at a stretch, and that would be it off one yellow line, and that's if you can get full compression on the line, which is hard to say the least. With more space you could do it easier. In this little design it's harder. Now if I was Bez, I would continue the way I'm doing, because it's looking good, it's looking cool. Everything's working nicely, and there's not really much I would change apart from the green circuit maker. That's probably one thing I'd change. What else would I do? Well, I would do red belts here. Then I would extend that up a little bit, put down another 2 or 3 because that seems to be the thing. Another 2 or 3 yellow belt assemblers, and then I would do red belts up here. And if you do red belts up here, you could do red underground belts, splitters, and so on and so forth, and happy days. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it, I think. So, yeah, Bez, well done. Good factory. Good factory. You should be happy with your effort. Now, I'm going to yeah, stop the video here. If you'd like me to play your factory, be sure to send it through to me at rootnegative@gmail.com. Love to play it. And it can be anything. Could be an early game factory. This is kind of a late early game factory. This one, it's not quite at the mid game. The mid game is logistics bots. It's not quite there, but a matter of time in this one. Yeah, I think I'll stop it there. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.